I'm watching a boomer VTuber have a slight meltdown because they've never experienced Steam's weekly maintenance.
What?
I'm currently listening to a boomer VTuber have a slight meltdown because she wanted the VTuber I'm actually watching to download a game, but it's maintenance night and it's rolling out right now for Steam.
I see.
Like, it's just like, oh, I'm so glad that you're one of the people that is not aware of that because first time Steam maintenance days are always hilarious.
Why is everything broken? Oh, it's Tuesday.
What does that mean? It happens every Tuesday. Don't worry.
Hello.
It's what allows
Hi,
Steam to kick
Greg.
the shit out of the competition.
Is that they actually do maintenance?
Yeah, they do maintenance every week, which means that by the time people figure out an issue, it's probably been fixed or is about to be fixed.
Interesting.
Hello?
Hola.
Hello.
Ah, good, good. Shine is alive.
Oh, unfortunate.
Why is that a good thing?
Because now we can get our other free space on the bingo card.
True, brother.
You say that, but I'm going to be turning the mic off for the next 10 or 20 minutes so I can go outside and take care
Touch
of some
grass.
maintenance while I listen to this.
All right, well that's the
No,
L,
coil
just
windows.
pre-stream. Fantastic.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna spin the wheel live on stream so you can all witness that I did not affect the results of it picking Ruby once again.
I'm watching.
Little did you know he secretly rigged
Oh
the
no.
website.
Oh, it might be worse.
Worm!
Wait,
No.
is it worm or slurm?
What's the difference?
Oh, no, ho, 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 ho. Gonna lose me. I gotta move my laundry.
I should server meet you both for that for 10 minutes, get the rest of us some peace and fucking quiet.
Well, where is Worm? What category is Worm even in?
Book?
Did they remove it?
Should be in book. I'm
I'm
pretty
in
sure.
book.
Oh.
Oh,
Did
I'm
they
just
remove
fucking
that?
Mankind a
blind.
favor and remove the section?
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm
No.
just blind. Who could
Sneaky's
have
brain
guessed?
tried to save itself.
Yeah, you know. Oh god, this fucking story. There's not a web novel section. Alright. Let me get my alcohol.
No amount of booze will save you.
That is patently false.
It is indeed.
If I can't remember what I learned in boating school, then everyone has been saved. Interesting. Oh well. Time to see if this kills me or not.
Starting off strong tonight.
Yes. We'll go with a single shot of it. And if I'm not puking my guts out by the end of the stream, that means it's safe.
Sure.
That's how that works, right?
Definitely.
It's
Figure it
just
out.
lemonade and vodka mixed together that I forgot about. Hello, Connie. Books. What are you drinking? Yeah, lemonade, vodka. Yeah. Pink lemonade, normal lemonade, and vodka, to be clear. Because, you know, as one does. But let us get right into the worm stuff. Okay, so, Brockton Bay's Marvelous Mage. So this is actually a fucking terrible story. I've talked about it before, because I originally read it on, Space Battles? Wait, is this the one that made Sign pop off and go write the wizard story? It is! This is the one that made Sign pop off and go write the wizard story. We didn't choose the read worm. We spun the wheel of choice, and the wheel chose for us.
At
The
least
it's
wheel
not
of
Ruby.
pain.
I know, personally, I would veto the wheel. Yeah, see, that is a good plan.
However,
However,
no.
Brockton Bay's Marvelous Mage is lame. We've already covered it before. It was stupid. It made us rant for like several hours. To remind everyone what happened with that one. It's the Inspired Inventor version, where the guy proceeds to take multiple levels into Wizard of D&D, and then I guess never checked the online player's handbook of what spells wizards have access to in D&D, and was like, oh man, as a level 3 wizard, I can't cast any spells that could do anything here, so I spec'd all into illusion. Because illusion can't do anything to harm people in D&D.
Patently false.
We had Ruby like 8 out of 10 times. Yeah, we did. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. The wheel really likes Ruby. I don't know what to say. I don't know how I'm up this early. Well, you know, the gods summon you. That's how. Sidekick. Taylor has always been drawn to the idea of being a hero, of standing alone against the crime and corruption of her city. Besides, it gave her an excuse to get away from the worst people in her life. So it kind of sucks that her powers require her to work with others. Okay, sure. What could possibly go wrong with a story like this? Let us pull it up. So far, I mean, honestly, all things considered, the summary given, not terrible. Not terrible at all. The 5 chapters, 19k words, so that's about 4k words a chapter. I mean, that's also pretty good. Oh, very cute. I will be acquiring that picture. Thank you. Let's see, 17 reviews, 60 favorites, updated 20 hours ago, first published in October of last year. That puts that at around 5 months. That's about 4K words a month. Ooh. That's not great. That's not great at all. That's rough. Honestly, if I saw a story like this out in the wild, I probably just wouldn't read it until maybe 100K words. Because 4K words a month is rough. That's a really slow update rate, especially when you're going to be doing a dialogue-heavy story. Or I assume you're going to be doing a dialogue-heavy story if the entire point of the story is for Taylor to interact with other people, but hey-ho! Don't wait on it from a worm author to let you down. Okay, so lifting dialogue directly from the original story. Laughter. Taylor ignored it. Period. She'd gone through it all before. Period. Just never deliberately. Period. She glanced up despite herself, scanning the mob of cretins. Madison. Julia. Emma. But where was Sophia? The one time Taylor wanted her here, and she was gone. The fact that she reacted at all only encouraged them. It's like she's not trying at all. I know. She's just depressing to look at. I wish she would just drop out already, even if she's not going to even try. Come on, just get it over with already. She wanted to run. She usually did, rushing from one class to another. Never staying in the hallway longer than she had to. Never staying in the open. Never making herself a target. I don't know if it was, Max, was this in the original canon? Was this part of the original?
This
chapter?
exact
which
wording, I don't
part?
think so.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, because I will bitch for a hot second of Taylor saying, I never made myself a target, she says, isolating herself in full public view, making sure everyone knows where she is at all times by repeatedly going to the same location with regularity, and then being shocked when she gets found out.
I always hide in the empty third floor bathroom. How do they keep finding me?
Yeah.
Well, you probably should just gone to the roof. The school had a
Honestly,
roof access. Like the roof
I think
access
she
in an
does go
American
to the
public
roof.
school. I don't remember anything about that.
I feel
But
like she does
it,
go to the roof.
but there's no way in hell the average American student's not going to go out of their way to find the roof access because it's going to be in some dingy, dirty, filthy place.
I'm pretty sure you're thinking of. I think you've seen too much anime, Sneaky.
No, I think I've read too much fan fiction who saw too much anime. But either way, yeah, the American roof access does tend to be, like behind a supply closet, up a ladder. Very much not practical.
Well, depending on the age of Winslow, I probably would have tried to go find the boiler room. There's no one's going to the boiler room.
See, it's funny you say that because that's literally what I did in the abandoned worm story. I went to the boiler room. I was like, surely.
Because no one goes to the boiler room.
No one will
Most people
check.
don't even, unless someone's used to watching like 90s, 90s like drama movies set middle and high school. Most people don't even know the boiler room is a thing.
True.
Yeah.
Or they think it's just a made-up room if they have seen those movies. Because, you
The
know...
boiler's not real. It can't hurt you.
Oh, yeah, hot water just comes out the faucet, don't you know, Max? You just turn the hot water on and it appears.
Yeah, everyone knows that's how that works.
Everyone knows how that works. Yeah, it's the faucet that makes the hot water.
I know our school building was built 40 years ago and hasn't had any renovations done to it, but clearly every sink just has an electric water heater in it.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, yeah, obviously, this is America.
And what do you mean electric water heater, Max? Are you telling me that water doesn't heat itself by which knob I turn?
I hate you so
Wait. You mean my parents lied to me about the hot water? It can't run out?
True.
Okay. Alright, no one believes that because everyone's parents were like, stop using all the hot water. Everyone's parents were like that. Don't you fucking sit there and lie to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they were always mad at you for that.
No, it's my older sibling lied to me that the hot water never runs out.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never taken a shower
people's
long
older
enough.
siblings, my older sibling would never have tried that.
Yeah, I've never. Well, he's very chemically stable, so that's why. I've never run a shower long enough to run out of hot water, or get close to running out of hot water. The only time I've ever had a shower run out of hot water on me is when I took a shower after my sister.
The only time that I would be able to get a shower, assuming I'm the only one taking the shower, no one came in before I did. The only way I'm running the hot water in one go is if I set it to scalding for like 20 minutes. I literally am going to have to set it to like one step below boiling temp.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna I'll look like a lobster coming out.
Hot lobster. Oh god. Anyway, so yeah, no, I just Taylor is a very punchable person. Moving on. Bait. Something hooked around her ankle, sweeping her legs out from under her. She fell to the floor before she knew what was happening. Her glasses nearly fell off her face as she banged her elbows against the tiles. But there it was. Finally. I'm sorry, what kind of fucking footing do you have if someone's able to walk behind you, snake their leg around your ankle as you're not moving, and just fucking sweep you?
Real garbage footing.
Yeah, goddamn. Well, maybe I guess you're super light. I think Taylor was. Still, that's kind of. Yeah. She didn't need to look up to know Sophia Hess was standing over her. She knew that voice. Hell, she half convinced that if she had to, she could identify her bullies by spell. But she was done
Taylor,
now.
that's very strange.
Yes. But she was done now. She picked herself up, kept her head down, and hurried to the nearest bathroom. She heard more jeers behind her as she left. She ignored them. What they said didn't matter. They
Bro, this is
didn't
not
matter.
Taylor.
She focused on not touching anyone, avoiding brushing against them in the crowded hallway if she could help it. How many people did she bump into a day? 10? 100? Just touching one could ruin her experiment, and she would have to do it all over again. She found the bathroom stall and waited. The bell rang. The two girls she didn't know kept talking for another 5 minutes into first period. She was going to be late for Miss Knott's class. Rob, are you fucking serious?
Did he just shoot you a Dota invite?
No, he shot me a Monster Hunter invite.
Oh, hey, speaking of video games, Max, you want to go do our dailies?
Anyway, yes, certainly. Please, both of you leave so you can leave me alone in a chat room with Sign and Gray. Surely no shenanigans will be taking a foot.
Yeah, no, we'll stay here. We just won't talk about the matches.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You
Listen,
think I'm gonna leave
listen.
Sign unattended on stream?
listen. I know Gray. I've met Gray in person. I can trust Gray, mostly.
Oh shit, Sneaky. There's an 11 gigabyte patch for Ship Graveyard.
Yes, they are coming out with the next thing.
It's a stability update. Yay!
Yeah, no more black holes. Yep. Damn, that is a
Oh,
sour...
they added a magnet to the crane. Huh.
Oh, so now it's
What?
not just magical fairy time, psychic Fredbear.
Well, no, the GIF is actually good job. You cleared these entire floors, so now it's just gonna suck up all the heavy elements that you disconnected in one go.
Oh.
So
This
completely the
is a
opposite
GIF.
of disproving the psychic claims.
Yes.
Excellent.
This is I'm just gonna drop this to you in a DM. Just so you can get a look at the GIF.
Oh god.
It's pretty close to the top of the page. It's the first GIF on the page. It's kind of hypnotizing watching it.
I'm sorry, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just sorting all the heavy elements in one go.
That's more than just heavy elements, Max. That's like all the floors and walls. That's everything.
Not everything, just most of it.
A new revolutionary tool will be available with this update. There is a crane. Okay. Speed. Okay. Manage material more effectively. Okay. Magnet on the crane. Okay. Okay, it looks like it just pulls up everything metal-based.
Even that's a big change. Man, me, and Gray need to hop in and get on that biggest ship.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Why is there a 21 gigabyte update for Tekken? What the fuck did you guys just drop?
What the hell? What do you mean I got a fucking PM? Hello, I am a bot. Oh, okay. No worries. I thought we were getting something interesting, but no.
No.
Just more bot shit.
Okay.
Anyway. So let's see here.
Back to the stream.
She was going to be late for Miss Knott's class, which sucked. But she knew the woman wouldn't make a big deal about it as long as Taylor didn't fall behind. Most unrealistic high school teacher. And this
I mean, your
was
teachers have actually just accepted that you were napping.
Well, yes, but that's a little bit different.
There's resignation
Yeah,
and there's acceptance.
Yeah.
What Taylor just described seems kind of unlikely from what she herself has described of Winslow as a school, and the way teachers handled issues that they knew for a fact Taylor was having. So...
She was trembling. If she was right, oh God! Just get this over with. She took a deep breath and faded. Her body felt lighter even as it turned black and vaporous. She looked down at her hand and could see the outline of her own bones, even as she made a fist, just like Shadowstalker. This had happened to her a few times before. Never in the mornings, never on the weekends. She hadn't understood at first why her powers only worked sporadically, or why they resembled shadow stalkers as closely as they did. It had taken her forever to understand the pattern, to hide in the bathroom between classes to see if her powers were working or not, to keep track of who, if anyone, she had touched that day. So, this is like the author's trying to portray. Again, this is one of those cases where I don't know if the author is trying to portray Taylor as smart or if the author is retarded.
Yeah.
Because
It's the second one.
I mean, we may never know, Sign.
Bullshit.
Because it's one of those situations where it's like, oh, I wonder, why are my powers working exactly like shadow stalkers? Oh, God, it's only during school days, and it's only happening.
And only after I get touched by Sophia Hess.
But it could have been anyone else besides Hess. But it's like, okay, so here's the thing, right? I could understand if you randomly triggered one day, right? And, for whatever reason. And your powers were just like, you're walking down the hall, kids are pushing past you. Suddenly you realize you have Shadow Stalker's powers. That's a little bit weird. That's one thing, right? But if you are the target of a multi-year bullying campaign, in which, for some weird reason, the school just refuses to listen to you about what Sophia Hess is doing to you, and for some reason, you keep getting Shadow Stalker's powers only during the school day, usually around the time Sophia Hess bullies you. Well, it's not that hard to do the math.
I don't know. That math is pretty difficult, Sneaky.
Yeah.
Two
I don't
and
know.
two and two is a much harder solution to find than you would think.
Yes, apparently. Because Taylor decided to go with the brute force solution of I'm going to do everything but believe I'm right in my assumptions. Which is, of course, the most Taylor thing to do possible. Not the brute force attempt, but the assume I'm right attempt. It would make far more sense for Taylor as a character to just assume Sophia Hess is Shadow Stalker.
Yeah.
And then go on a paranoid rant about how this explains everything and how the authorities are out to get her and how everyone's let her down.
I mean, she is right, though. The authorities are out to get her.
Technically speaking. Yes.
Yes, technically speaking. The school administration isn't out to get her. They're out to get that money. And that means keeping
money on my mother mind.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Nailed it.
Good job.
Anyway, so blah blah blah, and now she knew if she touched Sophia Hess, she got Shadow Stalker's powers. This was a breakthrough. The first one she'd had, and the first step she'd taken to controlling her life. Holla freaking Luya, said Taylor Never. Sophia Hess is, she wanted to throw up, she wanted to hit something, she wanted to scream. So she did, she solidified, feeling nauseous that some part of Sophia was inside her now. That's a leap, but okay. And punched and kicked at the stall door, screaming incoherently until it fell off its hinges. That's...
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Violent reaction. Yeah.
I guess you could say it was a pretty unhinged reaction. No!
No.
I don't think Max likes. I don't think Max likes it when we do the old men.
Oh god, my brain immediately
It'd be fun if you
supplied
were as funny as they were.
True.
True.
And my brain immediately supplied the next line of, "What do you think she's gonna do next? Break a leg? Oh, oh, oh." Don't worry about it.
Statler and Waldorf were my spirit animals before I knew what spirit animals were.
True.
Listen, lots of small children liked other Muppets. They liked Fozzie Bear, or they liked Kermit the Frog, or they liked Miss Piggy. I liked the old men making sarcastic comments that were decidedly there for the parents.
And antagonistic towards everyone. Oh god, that Statler and Waldorf shit post that they made for the Game Awards was fucking hilarious. That was
Oh my
good.
god, that
Did
was
you watch that?
great.
Yeah, good,
Yeah.
good. Authors are cooking on how World War II happened in a Percy Jackson Harry Potter crossover. I almost
That's
don't even
first.
want to ask. So I won't. Let's see here. It didn't take long. The whole school was falling apart. Like, well, she didn't care to draw any parallels. She forced the anger down like she always did. I don't remember Taylor being a very angry person.
No, it comes out in her actions.
Oh yeah, obviously it comes out in her actions.
Especially later on when she's forcing everything out to her swarm.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is she kind of forced everything into her swarm, so she doesn't act angry, but her actions are angry.
Yes.
It's why she looks so psychotic to so many people. Because she would just be
Yes.
standing there completely stone cold sober and then be like, alright, well, I'm gonna shoot this person in the head now. And everyone's like, what the fuck? Hello, LeMay. Yeah, so anyway, let's see what we got here. Blah, blah, blah. This is good, she told herself as she sat down. Ooh. On the bathroom floor of a public school?
Bro, okay, she could sit on the toilet.
Well, no, hang on. It's a girl's bathroom.
Yeah.
That's still disgusting.
Bro, that's worse.
It's a girl's bathroom in a school, not in a supermarket.
Bro,
that's
still
worse. I don't think you comprehend
Is that worse?
how disgusting women will turn a bathroom.
No. I mean, not just women.
I've worked
Let's
in
be
a
very
supermarket.
specific. Teenage women are the worst. They are, bar none, the most disgusting people I've. Because like there was a point. No. Like, listen. There was a point when we had some girls who were college age staying at our house. And they were fine.
No, it's still really nasty. Yeah. Thanks, Light. Yeah, no, bro, it is fucking nasty. I remember there was a hotel chain that was nearby, and I talked to the people working there sometimes. And they were like, yeah, we need like basically a whole staff for cleaning the female bathrooms, but we only need like one person to clean all the male bathrooms. I'm like, damn. It was partially because guys don't really care that much how clean the bathroom is, but it was also just like the sheer amount of filth
Yeah, well,
that public
I mean,
restrooms for women accumulated.
yeah, listen. All public restrooms are disgusting. You then have like
the women specific stuff.
yeah, well, yeah, I was gonna say women's specific health concerns. And here's the thing. Because of some of those concerns, it only takes one person being absolutely disgusting to make it unusable for everyone else.
Yeah, pretty much. And Taylor can't mouth off the ghost because then she'll look crazy. That's never stopped Taylor.
Yeah.
She here, and it's not. I found out something bad, but that itself is good. She had powers, and now she knew that they worked. If she touched someone, she got their powers for the rest of the day. She had spent months wondering why some days she could fade into mist, but never on weekends. Months. It took you months to figure this out.
Okay.
Wow.
I could understand not being certain if it was anyone else, but like, she's a Cape fangirl. She knows
Nope,
who
she isn't.
Shadowstalker.
Canonically,
Didn't she
she's
know who
not.
Shadowstalker was? Like,
No.
She knows who Shadowstalker is because Brockton Bay, not because she's a Cape fangirl.
okay, gotcha. So let me phrase that. She's aware of local capes. There's a person who bullies me every week without fail. And she seems to give me superpowers similar to this other superhero.
Yeah. Like I said, the more the author cooks, the worse it gets.
Okay. So,
Yep.
you know how a lot of authors have that power chip thing where they have their MC figure out things really quickly, and everybody complains that, well, how did you figure it out that quickly? Or some stupid shit like that. I think this is the author going the other direction because of statements like that.
No. I think this is a case of the author's just retarded. And the author specifically waited several months so they could make all of canon still happen.
Possibly.
So, Sign, the reason why people give you shit is because you don't show how the character arrived at that conclusion. You do the Sherlock thing, where you're just like, oh yeah, well, obviously the character can do this now. And everyone's just like, huh? The fuck do you mean the character can just do this now? That's why people complain to you about that. Because you're terrible at fucking showing. Sometimes. You're getting better. But no.
I've had instances where I have completely shown every step of the way, and then had people go, well, I couldn't do this.
Okay, well, that's just
Yeah,
people
moron.
being stupid.
Yeah, exactly. But eventually you get enough of that, and it's, I'm gonna have to do something to...
Not really. Just fucking ignore them. If you make the good, genuine effort to show your character doing things, and then people still complain, then you just fucking ignore them after that point. Because they're just fucking stupid.
I've gotten complaints on the Tanya Star Wars story about how Tanya's a Mary Sue, and she knows too much and she can do too much, when I have explicitly gone out of my way to show this is her studying this because she figures it might come in handy later and then uses it later, and it's like, but that makes her too OP. Motherfucker, do people just not learn new skills where you're from?
Yes, actually.
Yes.
You have to keep in mind, Sign, that some of these people are in fact those people out there that are like, oh, if I have to remember more than one password, I am physically incapable of doing it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate that you're right.
Yes.
Hey, speaking of which, where's the story at now?
Chapter where it was last time. I sent you the, what was it?
Oh,
28?
hasn't changed, eh? They're still suppressing you?
Oh, you mean hang on.
Sorry, no, I didn't mean story progress wise. I meant Royal Road ranking wise.
I thought you meant.
No, sorry. I'm not
has...
I'm not hitting sign up for chapters live on air. I get a
Come
steady
on,
supply
sign!
of those.
More chapters, sign! Whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, it hasn't changed from 43 for the last 2 days.
I guess they finally gave up.
They're still removing it off of Rising Stars. You can tell because at night when this guy goes to bed, it goes right back up to Rising Stars. It's gotten to like number 7 or 8 on that.
Okay, message find a different mod and message them.
He can't.
You can't just message a mod. You put in a ticket in the ticket queue.
That all mods can see.
I mean, then wait till the guy's asleep, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
They probably just say, oh, that's just the algorithm.
Well, doesn't take a picture of it.
We know it's not.
Take a picture
I mean, take a picture of you being in Rising Stars at whatever and then not, and be like, look, these things that were in Rising Stars are still in Rising Stars.
So where's mine? Yeah.
So do it.
Probably gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll probably have to do that tonight. Let's see what happens from that.
And then the story gets deleted again.
Probably.
Man, who would have thought that Sign has to fight Royal Road to put a no sex, no looting. Okay, there's a little tiny smidge of implied looting. But that's it.
Yeah, and not even with
between
the lolly,
teenagers.
No, between teenagers.
Yeah.
It's like
so
yeah, and a teenager. I didn't show it on screen.
Yeah, like, you made references, and that's at the most. But hey! Look at that.
Recommended for you. What the fuck is this? Where is that?
The Royal Road recommended page.
Oh, I don't. Where does that show up?
That's kind of crazy that it's the only fanfic that's being recommended.
It's hilarious.
But yeah, Portal Isekai, time travel, progression Isekai, fucking wushu, time loop, basically Isekai.
Yeah.
And like it's gotten blatant at this point that what they're doing. Like, all right, so it's at number 43 now. By tomorrow, it may be plus 100. It's like they're just going in and adding plus 100 to it every now and then. For shits and giggles. Like, you can watch when they do it.
Well,
but that's what I'm saying.
Pictures.
So document it and just put into the mod queue and be like, can someone explain this to me? Because this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to. And then, of course, they'll just come out and say, well, we don't like your story because you were doing bad things, so we decided to just remove it. Well, okay.
Your story made us unhappy, so we deleted it.
Yes. And then you didn't take a knee, so we deleted it again, and you still refused to take the kney.
You guys
so
did say you would read the fifth
actively.
one. I don't remember ever saying we would read The Hero Should Have Known Better. I'm pretty sure we said we would read, as in, you know, off stream if we had seen that. Because, I don't know how. I don't want to be fucking sued by Royal Road or whatever the fuck they think they can get up to.
Apparently, they think they can get up to a lot.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I don't want any of that fucking retard smoke. Whatever they're on, I don't want anywhere near it. Anyway, so let's see here. She could finally move forward and be a hero. All she had to do was bump into Sophia Hess once a day and she would be Shadow Stalker Jr. No, no, no. There wasn't any goddamn point to a second life if it was built off of using Hess's powers. It wasn't just the bullying, it was Emma's betrayal, the way she turned into a stranger, the way, no, Taylor wouldn't even copy Shadow Stalker's powers again if she could help it. But in case she needed another, but in that case, she needed another source. Her mind race. I swear to God, if she says the fucking goddamn merchants, I'm going to scream.
That is cutting off your nose to spite your face right there.
It's a very Taylor thing to do.
True.
Hi, Taylor. I'm a wizard from another dimension. I have infinite power and can literally fix every problem in your life. Do you want me to do it? No.
No.
How about I fix some of your problems? No.
No.
How about I offer help to help you fix your problems? No.
No.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna kill you then.
Yes. Her surprise Pikachu face. What?
I have her power. Time to frame Sophia for murder. True.
Are attacking the Ooh, lad.
But yeah. I refuse to accept any solution unless I came up with it and implemented it, Herbert.
Or unless I completely 100% approve of it and it fits my dubious teenage morals.
Well, it's not even dubious teenage morals. It's quite literally dubious teenage thinking of not planning forward. Like, and honestly, you did a great job with this, because it's like, oh, I want to ruin Sophia's life. And then your character's like, okay, well, logically, if I ruin this kid's life, it's going to bring people to look into what's going on. And that means the school's going to get, investigated, and her parents are going to get investigated and possibly jailed. No, I don't accept that. I want to ruin her life without anyone acknowledging it.
Or
That's
without
not how
there
that
being
works.
any lasting consequences.
Yeah.
I don't want her jailed.
Taylor, I could have killed everyone in this school, but I'm better than that. That would make me like them. Yeah.
World's least psychotic parahuman.
I could have killed everyone. But you didn't. Well, yeah.
I could have.
I need someone to clean my shoes.
True. But yeah, no, it's Taylor in the Wizard story is the most accurately written Taylor ever, and it is very amusing how many people that pissed off.
Yeah.
You lost subscribers over that.
A few. Not many.
That was the funniest shit. And it wasn't even, they weren't even unsubscribing because they're like, oh, this is a step too far sign. Normally I like your completely degenerate fucking stories, but bullying Taylor is a step too far. No, it was all, that's not how Taylor would do it. She would take the power and kick everyone's asses. She's the queen of escalation.
But that's Fanon Taylor, not Canon Taylor.
Oh, God.
I mean, there are some people who genuinely liked it.
Oh, I mean, I'm one of them. I thought it was hilarious. Like I said, if reading about Taylor doesn't make you want to beat her face in, you're not reading about a canon-compliant Taylor.
No.
Taylor, I have to genocide the children, Hebert.
Don't you understand? It's the only solution.
It's the only way.
The only way I can preserve the status quo and keep everyone safe is by burying all these children in the landfill. What?
We'll just bury them alive. It'll be fine.
Come back to
We
them
can
in
dig
10
them out
hours.
later.
Don't worry.
In order to keep Jack Schlash from destroying the city, I have given him 500 children.
That's a mistake.
What?
Oh, that. So you've given him an army. That's great.
Yes.
That man is
I
going to
helped him
trigger
clone
every
Bonesaw
single one of them.
499 times.
Hmm?
You cloned Bonesaw. Oh no.
You know what? I would like to see a shitpost story for Worm, in which the main character, possibly an OC, so it's just easier this way, the main character gets a power set that basically can be summarized as like Simon Says or Play Along, where they go around and troll villains by hosting impromptu game shows, but like Mr. Beast style of like, alright, you want that $1 million? All you have to do is climb the Tower of Pain!
Isn't that
Okay,
basically
here's
like
what I want.
Squid
I
Game
want-
or some shit?
Yes! Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is their power set makes the villains play along with their game show bullshit.
Listen,
Oh no.
I want Taylor, but with episode 0 Yugi's powers. That's what I want.
Do you want to play a game?
Oh.
Sign. I have another commission for you.
I don't do Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm sorry. I don't even
Oh,
know
do you?
what you're
Well,
talking
no,
about.
sorry, no,
You don't
no.
understand. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah,
Season
I
0
don't
is
know
a.
what that means.
So Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay.
Season 0, little bit different
Lot
from
different.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
So the way that the Pharaoh's powers initially worked was they were shadow games, and it was all in a mental scape. It would literally set up the game that would fit the situation sometimes, and then it was a mind game all the way through, in which they had to deal with the Pharaoh's insanely good luck in a couple situations. So
Yeah,
as a
like,
one shot, as a 20K word one shot, that would
Yeah.
be hilarious to see. As
True.
a story, I'd drop it after the first chapter, maybe even halfway through the first one, because it's not moving quick enough for what is clearly a shitpost combination.
You can
Sign,
even
I've
call it
linked
Worm
you-
Season 0.
I have linked you the second episode. I can't find the first one. I promise you, this level of unhinged is all you need.
I don't know.
Guy
that's
comes
more
in-
infant speed.
True. Guy comes into fucking restaurant, gonna rob everyone with a revolver. Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, you want to rob people? That's cool.
You want to play Russian roulette, motherfucker?
We're gonna play Russian
No.
roulette. Also, the restaurant's on fire.
No, it wasn't Russian roulette. So the game was, we each pick one digit to use. So Revolver Guy is like, oh, I'll use my finger. Yugi uses his thumb. A series of events unfold in which eventually the robber is set on fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that one wasn't in the Mindscape. I think that actually did physically
No,
happen.
That real ass just
Pretty
happened.
sure
Yeah.
that one
no,
actually
that
did.
whole ass just happened. Yeah.
Yeah, so normally it's a shadow game, so it takes place in the Mindscape. This was one I was like, no, I don't think this is in the Mindscape. I think this was literally smell of burning flesh is now seared into several Japanese people's minds for the rest of their lives.
Oh, so nothing new.
I thought that was genetic memory.
Okay, you both can stop right there. Let's stop this.
American skincare.
Oh god damn
Yeah.
it.
Do you think maybe that was Google's early attempt at AI in their search results?
Yeah, that might have been, yeah. I still think the funniest part is that I was drunk when typing that in, so I absolutely botched all of the words in that. It still gave me the firebombing of Tokyo, but still tried to correct me to, did you mean American Skincare?
True.
Oh.
Oh god, yes, this one. Bring the alcohol and tobacco, he says to a random restaurant.
I mean, it's Japan. They definitely had that.
Yeah, probably. I appreciate that he's got fucking raccoon eyes. Fucking Yugi is just like sleep deprived as shit.
Apparently.
Wait! Is that the voice actor for Naruto?
It might be.
Yeah, there's a very good chance of it.
Yeah, but like, they didn't even change the voice. That's literally just Naruto.
Well, yeah, that's because that's their, like, you know, 12, 13-year-old boy voice, probably.
Is it the Japanese
No, this sounds like Naruto
dub?
Shippuden. No, this is the Japanese version.
Yeah, if it's the Japanese version, then that may be her, and she's only got like one fucking voice.
Yeah, no, that's adult Naruto.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying the 1998 Yu-Gi-Oh, which is what that episode's from, was someone named Megumi Ogata.
God, that just sounds like adult fucking
That's a
Naruto. Holy
woman.
shit.
No, I know that's a woman, but the person who voiced Naruto was Junko.
Also, yeah.
Ah.
Yes, I know it's a woman, but they are different people.
What you're pouring right now is Russian vodka, which is 90% alcohol. That is not true.
But it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're getting the
90%
fucking
alcohol.
Russian vodka moonshine that's been sliced with window cleaner.
Honestly, I would have loved the like a little note of like, oh yeah, by the way, this cafe owner, he's actually a Russian immigrant.
He's part
He just
of the
makes
Russian mafia.
he makes his own supply. That would have been great.
But yeah, like, listen, just the whole thing is just absolutely unhinged. I think is it the first or the second or the third episode, Max, where they're like standing sideways on the building
Oh,
and
that's
they're
the very
playing.
that's the very first episode.
That's the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's with the shadow realm. Five-finger
that's the
fillet
one
on the side of the building.
Yeah.
That's the one where it's like, oh yeah, by the way, anyone who plays these games is, if they lose, they're a vegetable.
Yeah, just gone.
Yeah, because like doesn't that one end with him like celebrating about how he has all of the money now? Ha ha ha. He won, and then like it goes into the real world where he's just like fucking dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's having a hallucination. He's very happy. But yeah,
He is
also
in the
he
shadow
lost
realm.
he lost because he cheated. Which is the best part.
Yeah, this kid just pulled me into a weird sideways realm. I'm gonna totally cheat against him. Surely this will not backfire.
No.
Anyway, so Taylor high horsing it. She
Taylor
needed
ate Taylor.
another source. Her mind raced, going through the heroes, rogues, and even the villains of Brockton Bay. But there was only one group that was accessible, and that was the wards. Taylor grit her teeth as she stared at the computer screen. How much were they involved in her torture? When the teachers saw the bullying and looked away and swept it under the rug and ignored it time and time again, how much was it because the BRT didn't want one of their heroes serving detention instead of signing autographs?
Bro, she doesn't sign autographs. The only thing she signs is plea bargains.
True.
Yeah.
A pencil snapped in her hand. The boy sitting next to her glanced over, but said nothing. She took a deep breath and tried to focus on her computer assignment. Class was already half over, and she hadn't even started. Spreadsheets, interest equations, principal rates, time, breath. Wait, why the fuck does she have a pencil in the middle of a computing assignment?
Bro, don't
Taking
you know?
notes.
She's got to mark down her, fuck, what was it? Punch card. She's got to mark down her punch card order.
No,
You shut
even
up.
Winslow isn't that poor.
It's not that old.
Yeah, don't talk about science college years like that.
College years.
We weren't that bad.
I wonder if there's a fic where Taylor realizes, wait, Sophia is the least liked ward. I don't think there ever will be, because the fact that Sophia isn't well liked in the wards is basically a internal thing. And
yeah, it's
as far as I'm aware, it was never canonized as being shown outside of the internal wards interactions that Sophia was the least liked.
But if she did join, it wouldn't take her much to figure out.
Miss Knott or whatever her name is lets her write in the death note during class. The ATF! The PRT! Taylor, it's not. It doesn't work like that.
Actually,
The Slaughterhouse 9! Actually, that one does work.
no, that one doesn't work. You have to name each individual individually.
I know,
you can
I know.
name them by
Well,
a
it's a
pseudonym.
good
No,
thing.
they need their
How
real
many of
name.
their identities are public.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, no, you're right. They do need their real name.
It has to be their full name.
Now,
Classic Death Note protection is to legally change your name.
That doesn't
now
work.
here's my question.
Yes, it
Does
does.
it rely on their full legal name, or is it what they identify at, right? Like, if you
It's
were to write
full-
Batman in the Death Note, because Bruce Wayne doesn't consider himself to be Bruce Wayne, he considers himself to be well, at least depending on
you'd
some
have to
uni-
write
I
Bruce
think
Wayne.
it's what Death considers your name is.
Yeah, it is. It's some third party. This is what reality itself considers your true name. In which case, Batman is. gonna be
I
Bruce
see.
Wayne,
So it
sorry.
dead names people.
Yes.
So you wouldn't be able to get Batman that way, but theoretically, because the Joker died,
Leviathan
Joker.
only works on humans. What?
Only works on humans. Oh shit.
Oh,
Ash
sorry, you need-
Beast only works on humans. What?
Kal-El, I'm sorry, you need a Kryptonian Death Note. What do you mean a Kryptonian Death Note?
Yeah, we can't put Superman's name here. It's gotta be a Kryptonian Death Note.
Is it Kal-El? Oh, I'm
Luthor,
sorry. I'm not.
Luthor over here. What if I write it in Kryptonite ink?
No.
I'll allow it.
no, it just writes Kal-El. Bro, I'm not fighting that guy. What?
Yeah, no. Nope.
That's
no.
fair. That's just that moment from Dragon Ball of like, I can't affect people stronger than me. Huh?
Huh? Wait, what?
Well, no,
You
no,
what?
Hold up, rewind, backwards.
Hang on.
What?
If it's a Death Note, but it's in DC, then it's obviously calling upon Death of the Endless, and she would do it in a heartbeat.
No.
No, it actually it summons Black Flash.
No. Sorry, it has to be a real person. Clark Kent has to be a real name. What?
What?
Wait a second.
Hold
Wait
on. So, can we go back to the stuff you
Lex
just said?
Luthor twigging the fuck out.
Yeah, they literally doomed.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah. Wait, no. Hold up. Apocalypse! Again. I'm not fighting him.
Well, shit. Taylor getting a Death Note might actually be amusing for a chapter or two. Good crack,
Again,
Dick.
yeah, another one-shot chapter. Yeah. Oh god, and I know how you can end it too to make everyone pissed off.
Write a girl name.
No. Danny writes her name in the Death Note.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And not even intentionally, just like he's like knocking on her door and he's like, "Hey Taylor, I found your notebook downstairs. I wrote your name inside so you wouldn't forget it."
Ryuk in the corner, dying laughing.
Yeah, bro's just over there like losing his shit laughing.
That is unfortunate. Oh, good lord.
Oh god,
that's
that would be so
hilarious.
funny. Taylor writing this smirk and the chair next to her starts moving. Alexandria! They have to be alive for me to kill them. What?
Wait, hold on.
Hold up.
That wasn't part of the deal.
Anyway, so, let's see. So she decides she will never have anything ever to do with the wards. She will under no circumstances ever meet the wards. Okay, is everyone ready? The tour of the wards HQ will now begin. This didn't count. Plenty of civilians toured the HQ. It didn't mean Taylor was going to join them. This was just the easiest way to get in touch, within touch range of another cape. All it took was a background check, which she didn't mind since she had nothing to hide. And a $50 ticket. $50 for a 15-minute tour of where the city's junior heroes said hi to tourists.
Nah.
I mean, hey, people will pay it.
Right. Yeah, people would absolutely pay it.
Miss me with that shit.
They'd make a fortune.
Oh, I know they would.
All proceeds went to funding Brockton Bay's fight against villainy. Woo.
So
well, I mean, you know, actually, Worm starts to make a lot of sense if at some point the U.S. declared a war against villains.
Yeah.
You know, just saying.
War on crime.
You know, they should make a war on the wealthy. So everyone becomes rich.
Well, we had a war on poverty, everybody got broke. Had a war on crime, we got more crime. Fuck it, let's make a war on the wealthy, yes.
We're gonna make a war on food.
No, hang on a minute.
It's either gonna starve everyone or give us abundance.
Sneaky, I would prefer the war on space.
Oh yes, we must declare war on the ocean. we must arm ourselves with our sharpest swords and rush forth towards the ocean. We will slay it for daring to seize our lands, our rightful American clay. What actually happens if she kills the mayor and thinkers everywhere spasm out? True. She followed the crowd into the elevator. It was big enough to hold all 10 of them, as well as the 4 humorless PRT troopers who accompanied them. Taylor tried not to make eye contact. I mean, it can't be that hard. They're not, like, looking to make eye contact with you, so unless you're specifically trying to make eye contact with them, it's not going to be that hard to not make eye contact with them, so I don't know why you're trying not to. Unless you're doing that teenager thing where you're fucking retarded and give yourself away within 5 seconds.
Why would you?
She was the only teenager in the group. Everyone else being a small child and their parents. She stood out enough as is already.
I refuse to believe that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, X'd it out.
It's okay. I'm just, what is it called? A fangirl. Yeah, I'm a fangirl. I'm hoping for Gallant's autograph. She tried to relax as the tour guide rattled off facts about how the elevator was Tinker Tech adjacent, while trying not to feel like she was descending into the belly of the beast. All she had to do was touch one or the... All she had to do was touch the wards. Oh. And one of the 2 wards meeting them and leave. Neither of them were Shadow Stalker. She had checked the schedules, and even if they were just like Hess, they would need to act like good little heroes while in front of the crowd. I mean, honestly, I'm going to be real here. If I knew Sophia Hess was Shadow Stalker, I would absolutely plan out the days that she's supposed to appear at events and go to them specifically to fuck with her. As much as physically possible.
Oh, yeah.
If they were taking questions, I would desperately try to get picked and then ask the most awkward question possible for Shadowstalker.
What are your opinions on bullying, Shadowstalker?
Shadowstalker, what's your favorite class in school?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Shadowstalker, I've heard rumors that you're dating a local girl named Emma. Is this true?
Well, that one will get you thrown into MS immediately, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I heard a rumor that you're dating somebody local. Who's the lucky girl? Our guy.
No, who's the lucky guy? Stares at Sophia.
Our girl.
No, stares for 2 seconds. No, the lucky girl.
Nah, there you go. So I know you're not a lawyer, but maybe you can help me out with some legal advice. Could you tell me if this sort of thing is illegal and then list out all the events that happen with the locker? What would be the punishment for that? Is that the bird cage? Man, if anybody
back when the news was funny.
True.
So never?
No.
No.
They
I'm
clearly
sorry,
were
50
funny.
years ago?
Yeah. But yeah, no,
a few 30 years ago.
I would absolutely taunt. I mean, they were kind of funny in the early 2000s still.
Not as much as they were. It was on the decline.
Not as much. No, they're definitely ramping down.
Now you can't crack a joke.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Let's see what else we got here. We got The elevator opened up to a massive compound that could have passed for a set of Star Trek. And the tour guide went on her spiel. Taylor tried to listen professionally to her professionally cheery voice. At any other time, she would have been interested, but there was even a vague chance that the woman might see something important. But all she could think of was shadow fucking stalker Sophia Hess.
Living rent-free in her head.
Man, Taylor, fuck her already. Jesus Christ.
Right? Just hate
God, the whole reason she wanted to be a superhero was to get away from that part of her life, not dive back into it. Focus on the tour. She was going to meet other heroes with other powers, better powers. She had it all worked out. First, she would borrow Gallant's powers. He was on tonight, and then she would build a suit of power armor for herself. A costume. That's right. One night of tinkering would build the power armor. Nailed it, Taylor.
Everybody thinks he's a tinker because of the suit.
Yes. She wasn't sure what one night's worth of tinkering would get her, but surely it would get her a set of power armor that would let her beat up common crooks.
No.
Ugh.
Enough to establish herself as an independent hero. Then she could have the excuse to rub shoulders, literally, with the other heroes and borrow their powers, too. Kid Win puts together ray guns. Armsmaster makes them better. Anything else she had for a day? An upgrade. But it costs too much to maintain or something. Yeah. And while I'm dreaming, I would like a pony, she thought. The doors whooshed open. The tour reached its final stop. The children cheered as Gallant and the other hero they were meeting, Clock Blocker, stood before them. Taylor took a deep breath. Smile, she told herself. Look excited, she told herself. You're just an ordinary fangirl meeting her heroes for the first time. How did that phrase go? Never meet your heroes. So who wants a power demonstration? Clock Blocker asked. He spoke with a relaxed enthusiasm, neither nervous nor condescending. Was he like this naturally, or did he have to practice that? At this point, Taylor wasn't ready to trust anything the heroes did at face value. The children cheered. He produced a set of beanbag balls and juggled a few of them, and then froze one and let it hang in midair. Okay, try to move it. One of the kids ran forward, grabbed the ball, ended up hanging from it as the others laughed. Clock Blocker added a few more frozen balls to the mix, and the kid began climbing on them like a playground. Actually, you know what? I would love to see someone do the Oblivion Fork incident with Clock Blocker.
Huh?
So the Oblivion Fork incident is, for some reason, the fork in Oblivion was the only item in the game that did not have physics on it. And so when you dropped it, it would drop right where your cursor was pointing. And you could dupe them. So what people did was they got like 1,000 forks, and they would create a staircase of frozen in air forks, climb up the staircase because they still had collision, and build the staircase over the temple. And again, for some reason, when you dropped into the temple from the skybox, it put you in a new cell, the same cell that is used for the end of the game. And by putting you in this cell, it triggers all of the end of main quest flags, and so it instantly ends the main quest.
Oh. So instant win or instant skip?
Yeah, instant win. Yeah. It's really weird. There's not really much of a point to doing that, because there's a bunch of decent shit you get from doing the main quest. But I guess it's like one of those things where it's like you just want to get it over with, so you skip it. I guess. I don't know.
Get
I
the
never really
achievement.
understood it myself. But yeah, so yeah, that was the fork incident where you build staircases of forks, and Clock Blocker can also do that because I mean he doesn't need them because it's like what 30 seconds to 5 minutes or something like that he freezes an object for.
Between 20 seconds and 5 minutes, I think.
It's
So yeah, anyway,
randomized,
point
but yeah.
being,
It's variable.
he just carries a
And
bunch
random.
of like wooden dowels on his back and then creates a ladder out of them. It could work. I don't know what he would use it for, but it'd be funny.
Well,
Anyway,
they're also things frozen are frozen in time, so a bit of fishing line, and congrats, you've got monowire.
oh well, I mean, yeah, that too. I mean, you also have like the immovable rod scenario where you know you're
Yes.
being chased, and it's just like, hey,
Then you
remember that
drop an
immovable
immovable
rod? Boom. I can't give you guys a
Squish.
single magic item, can I?
No.
Truly talented players will always punish you for giving them any magic item, including the mayonnaise creator.
True.
It drowns in mayonnaise.
I still remember the one time that my DM did not realize what I was going to do, and he approved my ever full urn.
Oh, what was it full of?
What was
Water.
it full of? Oh, you
Oh.
waterboarded people, didn't you?
I
Drowned.
waterboarded a dungeon. So we had a no time limit dungeon. Of some forces were building up in the area or something. I forget what it was exactly. But basically, we had to go into the dungeon, kill the boss to, disperse the bandits or goblins or something, right? And I'm like,
The goblin bandits.
it was filled with traps and, powerful monsters and, elite enemies and whatnot. So I was like, okay, well, everything is, like, down, right? Like, this is a true-ass dungeon, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, cool. I wait for our druid to start walking into the dungeon, and then I turn the ever full urn on full blast and blast him into the dungeon with a fountain of water. I'm like, alright, well, I'm just gonna fill the dungeon up with water.
Were you trying to kill the druid?
Yes. He turned
He
into
very
a water
decidedly was.
elemental.
Yeah. We smothered a dragon to death with mayonnaise because of an ever full urn of mayonnaise.
Yeah. Yeah, now the DM was like, what do you mean you're flooding the dungeon? I'm like, well, this magic item never runs out of water. And
It
it
produces it at a
specifically
rate of
says
several thousand gallons an hour.
Yeah. And
Gotta flood
he's
the
just
dungeon.
like looking at me like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah. So then he had something happen, and then we had to go fight in the dungeon that was now half flooded because he forced something to happen, like the urn turned off or something. I forget.
That's some bullshit. Well, then I guess it's not a real ever full urn, now is it?
I guess not. Hey, look, I got back at him, ruining his campaign multiple times. Don't worry about it. Look, you know, if you just tell me, hey, knock it off. I want you to go fight in the dungeon. I'd be like, alright, fine. But if you don't, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna do stupid shit. I'm gonna, instead of fighting the ogre leader of the goblins in the Fallen Tower, I'm gonna challenge him to an arm wrestling contest, and we're both gonna roll nat ones on the arm wrestling contest and break our arms.
Oof.
And no, it wasn't just because we rolled nat ones. It was because we both rolled nat ones 3 times in a row.
Okay, that's weird coinky dink.
And then our thief killed himself.
Why?
He knew too much.
Did he kill himself or did he fall down some stairs onto some bullets?
He snuck into a chamber and stole hundreds of kidnapped people turned into statue minis, and he shoved them in his pouch to, you know, resell them because he didn't realize they were people and he thought they were just, you know, Warhammer minis.
Oh no.
And then he triggered a trap in a 3x3 room, which dropped a 3x3 gelatinous cube on him. And so he suffocated to death.
Wow.
And then got revived and then suffocated again.
Yeah.
And killed thousands of people in the process.
No, he didn't.
No, they were all Warhammer minis, so they were fine.
Also, he didn't die because his soul was to one of the Fae.
No, not yet.
And then
he didn't die because we had our druid reincarnate him for the first time.
No, that wasn't that one.
It was.
That was the next one.
No. We hadn't talked. We didn't. No, because that was the Fallen Tower was before we ever met the Fae.
No, there was. You never met the Fae.
Yeah,
I never met the Fae. Hey, at that point, the other idiots met the Fae and sold their fucking souls.
No, I was there. I sold my soul as well.
I specifically remember he died, then went to what would be his betrothed, and decided, hey, I'm going to offer you, all these things so that you don't do bad things to me.
No. Great. That was way later.
I am 73%.
I am 100% certain it was way later. And the reason why it was way later is because specifically we laughed about how he had these Warhammer miniatures in his pouch this entire time for like a solid year of us meeting up for D&D sessions. And he had never realized those were the enslaved people turned into Warhammer miniatures. And we only found that out once he tried to offer them because he got killed when I guess Lupine wasn't playing anymore for at that period or something. Whatever it was. Is we couldn't revive him anymore. He got sent to the Fae at that point. That's when he offered the Warhammer miniatures. And she's like, "Oh, you're giving me all these people's souls. How kind and generous of you." And everyone was like, "Wait, what?" You've had them in your pouch for years. So yeah, quite literally couldn't be immediately after him getting.
Sometimes the party rogue is just that fucking stupid.
I am drunk. Do not contest my knowledge.
I will still contest it.
That's fair.
I may be wrong, but I will contest it.
Let's see, blah, blah, blah. No one could take Clock Blocker seriously. But he was one of the strongest capes in the city. But Gallant was her target. Maybe he wasn't in the same league as Arms Master, but he had a similar suit of power armor. She didn't understand his empathetic blasts that well, but Tinker Tech could last. Copy his power, build some armor, become a hero. Then she could hold on. Why was he looking at her? It was hard to tell with his helmet. No, he was just facing the crowd of tourists, right? He definitely wasn't staring at her. She did her best to tone down the creepy fangirl stalker vibes she was probably giving off and turned to focus on some of Clock Blocker's antiques. I don't think that's... I think you might have let Grammarly correct you too much there, buddy.
No. Little known fact, he has an impressive collection of antiques. He keeps clock blocking to preserve them every day.
Oh, true. Bayo died like 8 times that campaign. Yes, he did. It was really funny. Minimum of like 4. Because he was a female dragonborn. He was a female winged elf. He was, I think he was a tabaxi again at one point. Maybe. He did roll a guy again at one point. I forget. But generally, yeah, he somehow ended up with his characters being girls a lot whenever he was reincarnated. It was pretty funny.
Like 3/4 of them?
Yeah. Also kept dying a bunch, not even like intentionally. Like he wasn't like, oh, haha, we have reincarnate, I'll go die again for the meme. He
just kept dying.
He genuinely tried to stay alive. He would just keep fucking dying. There was even a point where Faceless was like, no, well, the ogre stumbles and you get to re-roll your dodge. Rolls fail again. 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 And Faceless was just like, I can't save you.
He also had evasion because he was a fucking rogue. So he was taking half damage on all the deck stuff. But he still kept fucking dying.
The dice wanted him dead, like, holy shit. That's amazing.
That man just kept fucking dying. And it lasted far longer because it kept going into other campaigns. He would just kept getting his
his first character always fucking died in every campaign.
Or came close.
God, the Vorpal sword was just so stupid. Mentions the mentions the fellow paladin's granddaughter, immediate decapitation response.
That 20 on a Vorpal. Okay, well it doesn't instant kill you if I don't roll a 1. Rolls a 1. Okay, you're dead.
He has the worst luck, but he also has some of the greatest ideas.
I think what made it funny was in our what was it, the Greek campaign that we never finished. Faceless gave us a what was it, a death save amulet or something, and we immediately gave it to Bayo.
Yeah,
specifically for him.
I liked Alexandros. Alexandros was funny.
Alexandros was funny.
Alexandros confronted a Pharaoh Lich in the middle of his tomb and convinced the Pharaoh Lich that clearly if he was so superior to his Alexandros' muscles, then clearly the Pharaoh Lich would not mind Alexandros and his muscles striking him first.
That is amazing.
Nat 20.
Nat 20'd. And the Lich was like, alright, ha ha ha, fine, you will die in this tomb. Ha ha ha.
Huh.
I successfully stunned him for 3 rounds straight. And because my fists were magical and blunt, I did double damage.
Oh no.
And I rolled nearly max damage on all of my attacks.
Was he a monk?
Yes, I was a monk.
Monks.
And proceeded to kill the level, what was it? It was a CR 17 Lich. As a level 5 monk.
Average.
Alone.
Amazing.
I was not there for that one. That was
just
everything else. Yep.
Lichers are notoriously bad at con saves.
Yes, and I just kept stunning him, and stunning him, and stunning him,
Wait a minute.
And Faceless is just like, bruh.
Hang on a second. You were a level 5 monk? That you should have had like 5 key points at most.
Yes.
You're telling me you beat the Lich to death in 5 rounds using no key on anything else?
In 2 rounds by using Flurry of Blows.
There we go.
I did 160 damage to him.
Yeah.
Because of the double damage.
Yep. Yep.
And Faceless was just like,
What just
I
happened?
didn't think you would kill him.
Well, too bad.
Alexandros!
He goes into his second form. Fuck you.
Well, he did make the tomb collapse around us, but we managed to get out in time.
Yeah.
My second form. Collapsing architecture. What?
Indeed. That was a fun campaign. Now, Alexandros obviously looked up to Hercules and proceeded to do some of the silliest shit possible because we were all demigods.
Of course.
Like, one time, we were trying to chase after someone, but there was a random ravine in our way. So Alexandros pulled the ravine shut so everyone else could get across.
Now, when you let go, did it snap back?
No, by rolling 5 successful nat 20s in a row.
I'm sorry, did you just...
Would have been better if it
pull
snapped
a
back.
Looney Tunes?
No, I demigodded. There's a difference.
He played his character as intended via lore and all that stuff. And the dice gods decided, yeah, we're going to allow
The dice
this.
gods decided that was hilarious.
As they normally do for us.
But yeah, I was just like, no, I'm just gonna pull this ravine shut. And he's like, alright, fine, but you have to roll nat 20s.
We're just going to have hell with us.
I don't
mean,
know.
if
I don't
the
think so.
players can get away with it, let them.
Like, he's probably going to be much better, but the shit that we're going to get up to.
If he lets us. We'll see.
Yeah.
True.
Let's see, anyway, blah, blah, blah. Clockbacher was looking at her. You won. Congratulations. Yeah, would I win? How about a picture? Get over here. Okay. Close enough to touch one of them, but she didn't have a camera. It might look out of place. Wait. Oh, the kids won. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, tour was over. Cape's waving goodbye. Hey, Gallant, could I get your autograph? How do I make this out to? Make it out to Taylor. She was blushing. Oh god, she was blushing. Wait. Bastard, wait. Would her power even work through his power armor? Now you're realizing that?
Well,
Sophia...
obviously, Sophia's skin didn't touch her, so it's touch
Oh,
space,
you don't know
but
that.
not skin touch space.
She kicked her down, like...
Kicked her. Their shoes touched.
No, she wrapped her ankle around Taylor's ankle and pulled.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that could get you skin to skin. If they're wearing, like, ankle socks or something, man, like, I could see it happen.
Yeah, it's just, I'm sorry, it's whatever, you know, again, author might be retarded, who knows. It hadn't always gone with skin contact. Okay. So there we go. There's our answer. That was just with a sweatshirt or jeans, not a steel gauntlet. There's only one thing to do. He handed her a notebook. She deliberately brushed her hand against his fingers. After all, she already looked like a creepy fangirl. Wooden lights, colors, psychedelic rainbow effect. Something inside her, she felt like she could take all of those colors, gather her hand. Hey, Cluck, do you have the time? This was wrong, this was wrong. Was this his power? Shadowstalker felt like a lump in her chest. This was hard drugs. The tour group left her behind along with 2 capes. Sure, gal, he casually strolled towards them, only it wasn't casual. That was a lie. The colors, the lights, they told her the truth. They cracked her mind open, smeared his heart across her eyes. He put a hand on her shoulder. She flinched, and it wasn't enough. Alright, I mean, hey, that's actually a decent ending for the chapter. I mean, overall, a fairly mediocre chapter. If I read this on my own, I might. Depending on how desperate I was to read something that was even fucking coherent, I might read this more. But this was a mediocre opener. Like, at least don't do the cliffhanger. Or if you do the cliffhanger, I mean, I don't know.
Should have had a hard opener.
I mean, maybe opening it with her being captured by the PRT and it's a how did I get here situation. That might have been more interesting. Yeah. Because there's a lot of parts in this chapter here that are just really boring.
Yes.
And honestly make the character look stupider. Like it took me 4 months to figure out, because it was March, there's a January, she gets her powers in January, February, March, April. So April is when she figures out that Sophia is the source of her Shadowstalker powers. That makes your character look fucking stupid. Took you 4 months? Come on. I just... Anyway. It's an interesting idea. There have been attempts at doing a power copier story before. There have been worse ones. There have been better ones. So this place is pretty fairly in the medium range. But yeah, just if you had shortened this chapter up, in terms of the actual present narrative, and instead gone with a more disconnected, wakes up PRT cell being interrogated, explaining herself, and then doing snapshots leading up to this event, where you have Taylor brushing against Shadowstalker, realizing it's her, blah blah blah, her hatching her plan to go to the PRT, but only for their powers, not for the wards. The whole, the comedy situation of Taylor doing the whole, I will never ever interact with the wards. This doesn't count. Time skip. Like, that was funny. But it's not like keep it in at all costs funny if a better way of transmitting the narrative works out.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, though, I think a sidekick Taylor story would work better if the entire story was told from the perspective of the people that she's sidekicking to. Because we all know how Taylor thinks. It's way more interesting to see how Taylor's actions come across to other people. And if the whole story is about how she needs to constantly interact with other people to get their powers to be the hero that she wants to be, her interactions with other people are going to be the highlight of the story. but you kind of water down those interactions if the in-between is all Taylor's fucking self-righteous, high-horsing, unreliable narrator bullshit.
The usual.
Yeah. And so by framing it through the eyes of literally everyone that she's sidekicking with, you keep the story interesting. Because otherwise it's just, and then Taylor tag teams Arm Master, and she badly thinks about how to use his power, and then badly uses it, and then she does that for several weeks, and then she badly uses Clock Blocker's power to do something, and then she thinks about all of these other powers, and then badly implements things with them. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, sure, she's Taylor. Yeah,
does
sure,
some dumb
she's a
shit.
teenager. Yeah, sure, she does act retarded. But constantly giving her new powers that she's not able to reliably both practice with, get familiar with, and not be in a high-pressure situation while using, you're just going to get Taylor, like, every single chapter of Taylor doing something with powers is going to be Taylor does something stupid with this power. Because she's in a high-pressure situation, because she has to always be in a high-pressure situation when she's using her powers, because she needs to interact with a hero to use their powers, and the only time she would be interacting with the hero to use their powers is when they need to use the powers, or if she joins up with the heroes. So, if she's dedicated to not joining up with the heroes, but she still needs to interact with them constantly for their powers, so she can use the powers, and the most interesting part of the story is Taylor using the powers. But if all we get is Taylor's narrative about, clearly the author is not intelligent as they think they are, so all we're getting is Taylor's narrative of Taylor badly thinking about the new power she just got, that's effectively the equivalent of, like, a really garbage, celestial knockoff story. Effectively. Of constantly, every chapter is about a new power that the character got, and how they're going to totally use it to do something really cool, and then they do it, and it only works out because the author is the one writing the story. I would read a fic where Taylor tries to be stealthy and smart, but outs herself publicly, like here. Yeah, I totally would too. Yeah, like, I'm gonna be Skitter. I have bug powers, so I'm gonna slink around, and then she does something really stupid, like follow someone onto a bus or something. I could see that, yeah.
What's the most pro-gamer move Taylor could make?
Confronting someone in their home.
Also true.
Obviously, if I confront Shadowstalker at her home, she won't want to hurt her family.
Yes. Also true, yes. Yeah, there's a couple different ways you could play it, and a couple different ways you could out her with it. Like, there is ways. But yeah, generally, anyway, so this story was, very mediocre. So it's one of the most disappointing bingo stories we could have ever gotten. Simply because...
It's not good enough for us to be like, hey, wow, go read this, and it's certainly not bad enough for us to relentlessly mock it or groan about it or even skip it.
Yeah, basically.
Bingo.
It's the middest of mids.
Indeed, pretty much. So, the next story and final story of the night, I am sure, is Got the Grimoire. Now what do I do? A self-insert OC story featuring the Celestial Grimoire. That is the whole title.
No.
Take a 24-year-old burnout with mental health issues and throw him into Brockton Bay with godlike powers. There is no way this ends poorly, right? Ha 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 ha.
Where's the meme of that stupid kid? You know, the stupid kid laughing face. You all know what I'm talking about.
I have not the slightest idea.
No idea.
God damn it! I'll see if I can find it. You'll know what it is when I show it to you.
So I'm not a huge fan, as I've said before on this podcast, of the Celestial series. I like it as a general idea. If you want to take inspiration from it, like Infanticus does, I'm cool with that. But it actually takes a significantly good author to write an interesting Celestial story, simply due to the influx of powers completely changing the arc of the plot. And sometimes it can be really funny. Like that one story where the guy was like, oh shit, I'm in DxD? Fuck yeah, time to get magic. Oh my god, I have the Celestial Grimoire? Amazing. Give me magic, give me magic, give me magic. And every single power-up that he rolled, that he did end up getting, just made him better at punching things.
Alright, that's funny.
It was the funniest shit ever.
I'll give him this. That's funny.
Like one of his upgrades that he got was I think it was Pearl Jam. So like all the food he made was better and it like could improve him, and so he just got more physically fit. And then another one was like Naruto's sage techniques, but like literally Naruto's sage techniques. So he learned the frog karate, which just made him better at punching again. Like it was just like every single time he actually got enough points to earn something, whatever he rolled was like, oh yeah, punch harder. And the character was seething, the author was seething. It was great. But yeah, sometimes it can be funny, it can be good. But I mean, it does. Unfortunately, the whole 100 points per was it 5,000 words? I believe is the original.
Whatever it is.
Even 100 points for a lot of the Celestial Grimoire. They've done like version 4 now or something of it. Even with all of the rebalancing that's taken place over the years. 100 points still goes a really far way. 200 points still goes a really far way in terms of some of the powers you can roll from some of the different fandoms. And, it's even worse if, like, the author doesn't know the fandom the power gets rolled from. And so now they have to, like, look it up in the wiki and kind of guess. 100 per 1,000.
That's another reason why I hate the Celestial bullshit.
I mean, no, like I said, I can sort of get it, right? Like, there's a story I'm currently reading that's a Song of Ice and Fire, Self-Insert OC, Celestial Smith, Tech Tree, whatever. And the only thing that they're allowing their character to roll are medieval technology level Smith stuff. So, no, like, oh, you rolled the ability to make Gundams. No, it's like, oh, you rolled the ability to forge stuff from Skyrim. Oh, you rolled a mine from Skyrim. Even if people don't like Brockton's Celestial Forge, the author at least goes and consumes the original media. Fair. But, I don't know. It's, I feel it puts too much pressure on the author in the end. Because it adds too many powers to the power cycle, the escalation matrix. However you want to call it. Like, it just adds too much. Like, there's certain power sets from certain, genre, fandoms that are just completely fucking broken when you combine it with, like, it seems like super basic when it's like in Skyrim of like, oh, you have infinite magicka. It's like, alright, cool. I mean, yeah, infinite magicka is pretty awesome in Skyrim, but like all you can do is like cast fireballs and ice spikes and toss rocks at people. But then it's like, oh, you rolled the ability to cast Madoka's Starlight Breaker.
Madoka?
Oh no. I don't think that's
You have been given
Monica.
infinite magic. You
Nana.
have also been given Dragon Slave.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
But or yeah, well, I mean, that also works. You get turned into a witch from Madoka, and then you fucking get Nanaha's Starlight Breaker. So now you have infinite magic and literally world-ending spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be right back,
That's
Greg.
fine.
So it can get quickly broken when you start combining properties of magic from different series. So I just feel like the Celestial series, on the whole, is just so easy to collapse your story with, and I much prefer it if you're just like in font style of like, oh, I'm gonna roll. Okay, let's see, Warhammer 40k stuff only, Mechanicus stuff only. I'm going to say I unlock this now because it's funny. It's like, all right, fair enough.
Fair.
But yeah, let's see how this goes. So this is a 34 chapter, 150k word story featuring 412 reviews, 1,000 favorites, updated over the course of the past 8 months. Fair enough. The author for BFCF eventually changed how he did points to 200 per 2,000. That doesn't change anything. Then having a point shadow where there weren't any rolls for points or perks for the same amount of rolls required for perks, aka 600 point perk. Then you have a 8,000 word shadow till next word. So like there was like a cooldown period before you could earn more. Okay. I mean, yeah, you have to do that. Yeah, like I said, you to write the Celestial series correctly, you effectively have to ignore all the rules of the Celestial series.
Because if you don't, well,
you just get stupid amounts of powers. Yeah. This is a Celestial Grimoire story featuring a self-insert. Current rules are 100 points, 1k words. A roll every 2k words, and if a roll isn't too expensive, I can bookmark it for later or pass on the roll, but gain 100 points as compensation. Compensation points are kind of lame. Yeah, compensation points are lame. Like, you really should just be writing. Like, right now, going by your own words, author at 150,000 words, you should have 15,000 points. Do you know how ridiculous 15,000 points of Celestial Grimoire is? It is ludicrous. And you're saying that every time you fail a roll, you get 100 points as a gimme gift? So we're talking about your character not getting 15,000 points. We're talking about your character getting 20,000 points? For free? Another 5k points without you even having to fucking roll for it? That's insane. I'm trying a new tactic with this story, which is I write my stuff ahead of schedule. Damn.
Wow. Who'd have thunk?
Damn.
I've been doing it wrong.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Why don't you try writing yours behind schedule, Sneaky?
Don't worry, I'm an expert at that one. Some could even say I'm a master. They did not let me on the council for that
one. Of course not.
The author of BCF was the OG. He only did 100 per 1,000. Then it exploded with everyone using his fake rules. If you want to write with the boards, you just treat it like story leveling in D&D. Just give a perk when you think a perk is needed. Yeah, basically. I don't know why. Is he really the OG? That's crazy. You know, for someone writing the OG Celestial Forge, you think he could really have come up with a better name than Brockton Celestial Forge? Like, goddamn.
Hey man, he spent all his creativity making that jank-ass rule set.
True.
He's like, yeah, that's it. I'm done. I've made a masterpiece. I got no more brain left.
Honestly, it's like, it's kind of wild that you know what it is? It's like the fucking Acme cartoon, right? You know, Roadrunner versus Coyote, or where, you know, like the coyote, like, you know, paints a road over to a plank of wood that's like, you know, sitting over a ravine, and, you know, the Roadrunner like follows the newly painted road across the board and then just keeps running on air across the ravine. That's Brockton Bay's Celestial Forge. He's the Roadrunner. Everyone else is the fucking coyote.
Yep.
Because everyone else is like, oh, he can do it, so can I!
No, you can't.
They just run off the cliff. That's what it is. Oh, God. Yeah, it's just, writing rules are great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on the idea of writing rules. I'm not shitting on the idea of making new systems to make it interesting for yourself to write. I'm shitting on the idea of you seeing someone do a Nuzlocke run, which, by the way, I was there for the OG. I bore witness to the OG. You're sitting there watching someone do a Nuzlocke run, and they're just fucking just crashing and burning at it. They're like, ah, this isn't fun. It's like, why don't you make a challenge that's fun to you? Like there's people out there that beat Dark Souls playing it on the banana, or the Donkey Kong bongos, or the DDR mat. You don't need to play Dark Souls. Different.
No, the
all the same dude?
The guy who beat it on a banana, the guy beat it on Donkey Kong drums and was like, that was kind of easy. Then he beat it on a DDR mat, and then he said, I'm gonna beat it with bananas.
No, because it was a girl that beat it with the DDR mat. Well, blindfolded.
The guy who beat it, I know the guy. Then the guy who did it, because the guy who did it with bongos also did it with a DDR mat and did it with the bananas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, I saw the one of the girl beating it with the DDR mat while blindfolded.
He did, okay. He didn't do it blindfolded, but he did do it with a banana.
But anyway, yeah. So point being is that other people make up challenges for their skill level. That doesn't mean you should do the challenge too. Just because they made it look fun or easy doesn't mean that you need to follow in their footsteps precisely. If you are sitting there going, yeah, I'm good at Dark Souls, but I don't know if I could beat it on a DDR mat, well then challenge yourself to Soul Level 10. Challenge yourself to never leveling up. Or, you know, not upgrading your weapon. Like, you know, something smaller than a DDR mat, you know? Start off, if you really want to do a challenge run of anything, whether that's writing or a video game, start with something smaller. make sure you can do it first. Make sure you enjoy the idea of limiting yourself first before you start going around and making shit really fucking hard. Because you know what's a great way of burning yourself out of something is you make it really fucking hard, and then you dig your heels and you're like, no, I have to do it this way now. And then you never play the game again. Or you never pick up the story again.
Eventually you get tired and you go, I'm going to take a break, I'll come back to it later.
Then you never
and you go, no, fuck this.
What the fuck do you mean beating it with a trumpet?
Dootsels.
Why are there so many ads? Holy shit.
No idea.
He's got to get that bag, Sneaky. Also, it's 3 hours, so that's part of it.
That would do it, yeah.
This is multiple live streams. He's still going, by the way, I believe.
Due to overplaying, my lip split during stream. Ah, yes. A common problem with playing a brass instrument.
Yeah.
That actually does just happen.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you're blowing air through your lips.
We actually had one of our trumpet players in high school. It's like, oh, I can't do the solo tonight. Band instructor, why? I practiced too much and split my lip.
Watching him try and move is hilarious. Oh my god, he's controlling the camera too.
Yep. Welcome to Challenger Andy.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, he's still going. The last stream was 21 hours ago.
I wonder why he might still be going.
I can't imagine.
It's a weird thing. Oh god.
Honestly, if he wanted to really challenge himself, he'd have set that shit up on a trombone.
True. I mean, there was that one guy who literally did. There was that one guy who did literally all of Dark Souls no hit run, and if he gets hit ever, he has to restart at the first game.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was
also. I just thought of the ultimate comedy for playing on the trumpet. Make the spit valve your parry button.
True.
The spit valve is so far away from everything else. You are a sick bastard.
Max, it's the ultimate flex for if you get invaded. You were parried with the spit valve. That's how red you were.
Jesus Christ. That's awful.
But yeah.
That's comedy.
If you want to do challenge runs, do challenge runs. But don't at the same time be like, oh, it's so hard, oh, it's too complicated, then don't do it. But again, if you don't do the challenge run or you modify the challenge run, you then don't get to say, oh, well, I beat it on Nuzlocke. But I didn't have my Pokemon faint or die. It's like, okay, so it's not really a Nuzlocke
I beat it on Nuzlocke with one... Like, you could be like, I beat it on Nuzlocke with 2 free deaths. That's still very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's just, I mean, it's not even like Nuzlocke is hard, though, because honestly, all you really have to do in the initial Nuzlocke runs was just grind in each area until you're higher than the gym leader.
Well, yeah.
But then people really challenged themselves in that they weren't, like, the next level of challenge for Nuzlocke was Nuzlocke, but Gymlock is also a thing. And what Gymlock was a modification to the game, obviously, because you're playing on an emulator at this point, where your character was not able to get their Pokemon at a higher level than the next gym. So you were not able to outpower the gym leader. You actually had to figure it out.
You had to be lucky as well for some of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously. Totally. But still, point being, though, is that, people beat things, ask for a harder challenge, create a harder challenge. And I see a lot of people. I mean, obviously, this is a little bit more obvious when it comes to writing because now we basically have an eternally engraved on the internet record of them doing it. I see a lot of people try and take on these like celestial challenges. They try to write a worm story. Of course, the classic the Leviathan and lung filters on the worm stories. Of they try and take on the challenge of writing this actually exceedingly difficult fandom. And they try and make it hard for themselves on their first try.
Yeah.
Yeah. And something that definitely irritates me is when people enter a game they've never played before and arbitrarily decide to limit themselves as a challenge because they're stubborn. Anyway, I have too many friends that do that, so don't worry. If you think I'm talking about you, I am. I'm sure Nose will never watch this podcast. I'm also talking about him. But yeah, so it's just I'm gonna do this challenge run. Oh my god, everything's broken. It's like, yeah. Because you didn't tailor the challenge run to how you want to play the game.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. Okay. I thought I accidentally hit the, Anyway, so, let's read this whole author's note. Okay. Pre-written chapters. If my character's actions seem weird, erratic, or random, it's because his plans and mine, as the author, shift as the grimoire spits out new things. Well, no, that. Oh god. Oh my god. Fine. They're doing it again, Sign.
What to do this time?
They're being retarded.
You're gonna need to be more
specific.
The author just said that his character's plans might seem weird or erratic because the character is going to be changing his plans in the face of getting new powers from the grimoire.
So you're saying you're updating your plan as new abilities come to light?
Yes.
I mean,
and the author considers this weird or erratic. Apparently, changing your plan after you obtain new information is weird.
how? That just sounds
Well,
like actual...
my original plan was to fight everybody, but then I got the super nuke, so
now we don't need to.
Fight shit.
I'm a firing my laser.
Now I'm going to tell them all to bow or die.
Yes.
Dr. Octopus, blah. Man, those were the days of Flash animation.
I'm sad he deleted those.
Did he really?
Yes, I actually went looking one day because I remembered that they existed. I'm like, where are they? They're gone. He apparently nuked them.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, there was a period of time where, again, people did that whole thing where they took a thing and then beat it to death. And they took Dr. Octopus and was just jamming it into every fucking thing in existence.
True.
Yep.
Also, they were bothering him for more episodes.
Ah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that'd probably be enough to send anyone
I tried
offline.
dodging that.
Like that time that Tom Scott made an Asdef movie, and then the entire movie was about how he wanted to kill himself because everyone only knows him as the Asdef guy.
True.
Oof.
You know, on the one hand, I kind of understand. On the other hand, get the fuck over it, man. You struck gold with it.
True.
Don't become a bitter, crotchety old man like Doyle was for a time when he got pissed off that no one would recognize his other work, because his other work just wasn't as good or wasn't as appealing as Holmes.
Yeah.
Yet another work.
Just
Yeah.
fucking accept that you're going to be known as X thing until you make something that surpasses it. And if you don't surpass it, you know what? You still got a legacy,
Yeah.
Yep.
even if you
I
despise
mean,
it.
I will never forget the Space Battles crash out of that one author
I know
who
exactly what you're talking
wrote
about.
the shitpost Taylor story, and then also was writing this crossover story where Taylor crossed over into his original world that he was writing an original book for, and no one would read his crossover story, but everyone loved his shitpost Taylor story. And it only took him like 30 minutes to write one of the chapters one day, and he posted it, and he got like, it's like 1,500 likes, 1,500 likes within like the first 3 hours or something, and he had a massive
and he went
crash out.
ballistic.
Yeah, you've mentioned this before.
I took only 30 minutes to write this, and you all like it, but no one's gonna read my other story. And then he fucking deleted everything.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's mentioned this story
Yeah.
before.
That just
Well, I mean, it was
that's
also a big
like
popular story on Space Battles, so if you ever read stories on Space Battles at that time, then you knew
Fair.
about it.
good chance you learned about it.
Please link
the
that
figure
story. Bro, I don't
It's
remember that
gone.
one. Yeah, I think it's
Wayback
gone.
Machine. Wayback
Yeah,
Machine.
but like, the problem with the Wayback Machine is I need to know what I'm searching for. And when. I don't remember when it happened.
I don't
Maybe
think
2016?
I don't think fanfiction author meltdown's gonna narrow it down all that much.
Yeah.
Bitch, what am I supposed to do with this?
I mean, you might find it in Reddit
Got it.
history. You might be able to search through the worm subreddit for author crash outs, or I mean, they didn't call them crash outs back then. Maybe author freak out. But no, it was funny as fuck, man. That book was so ass though. I tried reading it. It was so fucking ass. And then he tried to get more people to read his crossover of Worm in that story by having a bunch of Worm characters randomly show up. Like like literally portals opened up and more Worm characters rained out of the sky.
I see.
That sounds awful.
And it just totally lost the plot at that point. And yeah, the chapters were massive. They were boring. The author wouldn't stop, jacking off his world, and his world was like lame and boring. Like it wasn't even like an interesting world. It was generic. I go to r/atheism, and this is my views on monotheistic religions. Medieval peasant fantasy story. Like it wasn't anything special or notable or rememberable. They thought Taylor was a deity because she could control bugs. So they thought she was like some sort of nature spirit deity.
What?
Yeah.
Sounds bad.
It was. It was boring.
Sounds dumb.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so let's see here. You might notice in the middle of chapter 2, I stopped rolling the grimoire mid-chapter because it kept messing up the flow of the story. No shit.
Yeah.
Starting from the middle of chapter 2, rolls are banked until the end of the chapter, where they are then rolled and granted in the following chapter. Oh, so instead we're going to have a bunch of cliffhangers where suddenly the powers get introduced at random points in the story instead of during a time and place taking place in the story. Great. Oh, I love it.
Just what I wanted.
As always, I cross-post this story to AO3 and Space Battles.
That makes me want to read it less.
Yes. Tuesday, February 1st, my mind shattered under the weight of eternity. An infinite number of worlds and possibilities flowed through my mind.
Embrace eternity!
As I fell through a void teeming with stars, falling for what seems like forever, I hit the ground with a jolt, my eyes flying open, a sharp exhalation leaving my lungs as I sat up and looked around. Where? I was greeted by a simple bedroom, just the bed I had fallen out of a moment ago. A dresser, a closet, a mirror, a desk crammed in the corner, an unfamiliar computer was blinking in sleep mode, and there was a scattering of clothes on the floor where they'd been missed being thrown into the hamper. I felt confusion, uncertainty, and pain, searing pain, reaching through my body, into my soul. I felt something slide into place, a sea of stars, sheer power, knowledge filled my mind. I knew I had been selected to wield the awesome might of the celestial grimoire. That, in of itself, was a bit of an earth-shattering revelation. Not every day you become a budding sorcerer with near infinite potential. With the grimoire came another gift, memories, mine yet not. The first thing they told me was that I was now on Earth Bet. Hell. Superheroes, villains, Endbringers, Scion. The idea that I was now in the grim, dark superhero setting filled me with extreme mixed emotions. On one hand, dimensional parasites that infect people to get data from them, because somehow, despite millions or billions of years worth of existence, they didn't have creativity. I mean, to be fair, creativity is not needed for intelligence.
Nope.
C.
Can, in fact, sometimes be detrimental.
All of the intelligent people on Reddit. Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Because, and as much as I'll make fun of Reddit, there are genuinely smart people on Reddit. It's just that everyone on that fucking website's a creatively bankrupt. Like, there's just nothing going on there. Hello, is this Cauldron? I would like to report a tip. You know, it would be funny if you just fucking picked up your phone, dialed 000, and just started saying, like, hello, Cauldron, are you there? Pick up, please.
Excuse me, pardon me, can I speak to Doormaker or Contessa? I have knowledge about the fate of the universe.
Can I speak with the number man, please?
Actually,
also,
that would be horrifying if you did actually do that right, because if you were like, haha, 969696969696969, ha 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 ha, you know, and then Katessa actually picks up the phone, that means Katessa was able to path you. which means Contessa already knows.
Yeah, that's not good.
Which is not good for you.
Well, no. She didn't lead with a bullet to your head, which means she tacitly approves of you being there.
Not true. And it's not a question of tacitly approves of you being there. It's a question of the path of victory already pathed you and says that her answering the phone will cause you to perform an action and her to perform an action and the people around her to perform an action that will then lead to further actions on the chain of dominoes that will cause the path to victory. So whether that part of that path is you eventually getting shot in the head might still be there.
It's just going to take a while.
Or, be tomorrow.
Maybe.
You don't know.
Contessa turns to you. I'm not going to shoot you in the head yet.
937 steps till I shoot you in the head.
Is she fucking with you?
That worries me.
Maybe not.
Path to fucking with you.
Are you willing to play that gamble?
Path to gaslighting the self-insert.
I could be using you to defeat the entities, but I really don't like you or your attitude in any of these paths.
Well, I mean, it says Contessa never, because she basically would sacrifice all of Earth to do it, but yeah.
Yeah. It would be funny, though, for a moment.
Fucking bird. Dial bird on your phone. Get Smurg. Hello, is this the Smurg? I would like to place a hit.
I would like to place a hit.
Hello, is this the Simurg? I'd like to talk to you about greater realities and how I'm from one.
Hey, Simurg, your car's extended warranty is expired.
I'm so glad we could reach you.
Convincing
Your
the
car
Simurg
is
to
extended.
leave by robocalling it.
Now, please press 1 to continue with the options of renewing your car's extended warranty.
Please press 2 to cease continuing with your car's non-extended warranty.
We're so glad that you have chosen to extend your car's warranty. Simurg, press 2.
Give some random.
We're so grateful that you've decided
card.
to stop not extending your car's extended warranty. Please press 3 if you would like further clarification.
0.
0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Thank you for selecting the ultra extended warranty option.
True. Always felt like something was missing in my life. A spark. What drove me to... Oh, yes, that's right. You always wanted superpowers, so what you did is you went and read power fantasy stories where you dreamed about having superpowers instead of facing reality where you can basically gain superpowers by being a competent, smart individual with a good body by going to the gym every day and actually reading books that increase your intelligence instead of looking at TikToks. But we don't do that anymore, so...
Excuse you, I wasted my time watching anime, thank you. Much more constructive than TikTok. It also gave me unrealistic expectations for friendship.
That it works?
Gray tail.
Dale.
That the power of friendship will allow me to overcome anything.
I mean, technically speaking.
Technically speaking, yes. However, the friends you got do not.
Yeah. You're just not using it right.
Listen, I ended up with a saint, so that's a win.
That's true.
I ended up with an egomaniac with a falling apart body and a chip on his shoulder the size of New Jersey.
Well, you can't talk about Gray like that.
I ended up with an engineer whose body is falling apart on 17 different levels. And I ended up with an Italian Jew who makes some pretty good pasta sauce and not much else.
He's Greek!
come on! Get his ethnicity right, you racist!
By the way, I love how, as far as the podcast is concerned, he has changed ethnicity several times.
Yes.
It's always Sneaky who corrects it too.
I get it wrong on purpose. Sneaky corrects it, proving that Sneaky pays enough attention that he could get it right when Nose is around. He simply chooses not to.
Because why bother?
That's part of the joke!
It's so much fun to make fun of him.
It's like listen, it's like one of those little wind-up monkeys. You wind it up, the cymbals clap, you laugh.
Exactly. Let's see. So anyway, he's a total nerd, mental issues.
Wow,
that's a wall of
forget
text.
one other thing about Nose. He has some of the most cursed dice I've ever seen in existence. His ability to curse a dice just by rolling it, outstanding. If I ever need to compete against Satan, I'm gonna be like, hey, we'll play craps for my soul. But Nose gets to roll Nose is rolling your dice.
Nose has to roll the dice.
You have no power here. Exactly.
You have no power here. Neither you nor that beast known as possibility or probability. There is only ones.
Oh, God. So anyway, the author goes on about how they're a minority, and they make a bunch of minority-focused jokes about being a minority in a white world. Yeah, so anyway, we're just
a Minority Report, Sneaky?
It's definitely a Minority Report of something. Alright, so we're just gonna end it there. You guys come back on Friday. I apparently haven't died from drinking whatever the fuck is in my fridge, so that's cool. Come back on Friday, because there is always more